WLNS is here for you with 6 News at 11.
Frigid weather returns to mid-Michigan, and the city of Lansing wants to protect people from the dangerous temperatures. It's our top story tonight at 11. Thank you for joining us. I'm Sherry Jones.
And I'm Siobhan Klepfer. Lansing activates its Code Blue protocol when the weather gets dangerously cold.
City shelters expand their hours and capacity to give families in need a place to warm up. Code Blue was reactivated at 3 o'clock this afternoon and will last at least through Thursday morning. CATA buses will take you to warming centers for free. Just ask the driver. And those warming centers include Advent House, the City Rescue Mission, Holy Cross New Hope Community Center, and the Letts Community Center. For details, just call 211 or visit our website, WLNS.com.
The board meeting in Livingston County's Iosco Township was more packed than usual tonight.
Dozens of people showed up in response to DTE Energy's plan to expand a solar farm in the township.
The township got so crowded that meeting there that tables had to be moved to make room for more people. DTE is requesting 2 zoning amendments to expand its solar operation in the township by hundreds of acres. A representative from DTE spoke to the board, citing research about the benefits of solar power development. However, most of the members of the public voiced their opposition to the expansion, claiming a solar farm would be a detriment to the community's landscape, health, and value.
Positive impact on property values for homes surrounding the solar.
That's a joke. That's an absolute joke.
DTE has cited solar power as a major part of its environmental stewardship and renewable energy program.
And speaking of which, clean energy was the focus of one of the bills introduced in the State House of Representatives today.
It would expand the definition of clean energy power plants to include some that use internal combustion engines to burn fuel. Specifically, under this bill introduced by State House Republicans, the state would have to treat a fuel-burning power plant as clean energy through the year 2050 if it's being used to help retire a coal-fired power plant. The bill mentions natural gas power plants in particular, which are cleaner than coal, but still release climate-changing greenhouse gases. And that means state-level efforts to increase clean and renewable energy would also apply to those fuel-burning plants. Now, the bill has been referred to the State House Committee on Energy. Meanwhile, State House Democrats introduced a bill today that would allow local units of government to enact rent control laws. That's when a government sets a maximum on how much a landlord can charge for rent. Right now, such policies are banned by state law, but the bill introduced today would lift that ban. It has been sent to the Committee on Government Operations.
And State House Republicans introduced a bill to reverse recent changes to the minimum wage law, hoping to prevent the state from eliminating the lower minimum wage for tipped workers. Supporters of that change say workers deserve a stable and predictable income. Opponents argue getting rid of the lower wage will cost businesses money and result in lower wages because people will stop leaving tips for good service. That bill was referred to a select committee dedicated to this purpose within the GOP-led State House. Well, the death toll from the firefighters raging around Los Angeles is now 25, and dozens of others are still missing.
In addition, thousands of homes and businesses have been burned, and 88,000 people are still under evacuation orders.
FEMA has set up 2 disaster recovery centers to help those people with $770 payments to meet immediate needs like food and housing. Much larger payments worth tens of thousands of dollars will be made available after insurance companies pay out their claims. Discussion on Capitol Hill about possible conditions on federal aid to California has drawn some backlash. U.S. Senator Elissa Slotkin of Michigan says that's a dangerous game to play when so much is at stake.
We've now gotten into a situation where some people think that one party is being political with aid in California. Maybe another party is being political with aid in North Carolina. And I think that's really bad path for the country. And so, one of the things I'm interested in is how do we make sure that there's transparency and oversight so that the American public feels like, wow, if I had a tornado, as we did in my state, that it's not going to be someone checking whether my state voted blue or red before I get disaster relief.
As Danya Backus reports, high winds and dry conditions out west could cause more fires to break out by spreading sparks from existing fires to the surrounding area.
High winds like these captured Tuesday in Southern California are what emergency officials are concerned about as they closely monitor possible new fires.
That's why we have strike teams throughout the county. They're not just in one location, so they're out and about, especially in those areas that are prone to have those starts.
Overnight, a new fire erupted north of Los Angeles in Ventura County, but was quickly controlled.
We're ready and prepared for wildfires when they break out in these conditions.
New video from above shows the extent of the devastation from the Palisades fire, which left rows and rows of scorched homes. For the owners of those homes and others impacted by the fires, FEMA disaster assistance centers are open to provide money and help.
One of the things that we've already done is had over 40,000 applications. We provided over $8 million, but there's a lot of work yet to do.
The investigation continues into what sparked the fires. This could be the start of the Eaton fire. CBS News has confirmed this video was shot 3 minutes after it ignited near electrical towers above Altadena. Firefighters will get an extra boost from a Canadian Super Scooper back in action after it collided with a drone flying over the Palisades fire. One bit of positivity as the firefight continues. Danya Backus, CBS News, Los Angeles.
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Well, this morning pretty interesting. Areas along 96 and 496 in Lansing in particular saw a heavy band of snowfall set up. It was coming down last night, and you look at the total, it's pretty easy to pick that out. I mean, we had 3 inches. That was the highest total I could find in Ingham County, 4.5 for southern Clinton, 4.7 northern Eaton County. But then you had south towards Jackson, a ½ inch of snow, and then the NRs mean no report. We didn't get any reports from some of those counties, although one of our viewers out of Perry said they picked up a little over between 4 and 5 inches of snowfall in that band that was out there early today. So pretty concentrated in terms of the lake effect. Tonight, most of the heavier lake effects to our northwest and to our southwest. We've got a few flurries sneaking back in, but the clouds that are pushing back south, that's not bad news. That's good news. We want to see those to keep the temperatures up a little bit tonight. So we check out Precision Cast then for tonight through tomorrow morning. We'll call it cloudy or maybe mostly cloudy. Flurry-wise, 20% chance, that's about it. We shouldn't have a repeat of the lake effect that we saw. Moving into Wednesday evening, we start to turn our attention to the northwest. There's a little snowfall gathering. That's with a frontal boundary and a storm system that's going to move in our direction. So snow showers are breaking out by Wednesday evening into early Thursday morning. The bulk of the cold air with this system is going to slide to our east and to our north, so we're not going to get a direct impact from that. In fact, this front will never actually make it this far south. We'll start to see warmer air pushing back in by Thursday, and we'll top out near 32 degrees by Thursday afternoon, in mid-30s on Friday. But as I said, that's going to come with a little snowfall accumulation. So the Thursday morning commute in particular is the one that I'm watching closely. I think in general an inch, maybe as much as 2 inches of snow could fall. We let this run through Thursday evening at 11 o'clock, but I think most of it falls during the morning hours on Thursday. As you look to the north, you can follow the front end and watch the snowfall breaking out to our northwest. There comes that front. Then the snowfall accumulations begin to climb just a little bit, but not going to be a huge snow force. It's just a timing thing coming during the morning commute, so watch out for some slippery travel then, and then improving conditions as we head into Thursday afternoon. So we check out the Skyview network tonight. It is cold outside, 14 degrees, no wind chill. Well, winds up to 1 mile per hour. They occasionally been kicking up as high as around 15, and that does drop the wind chill at times near 0. In Grand Ledge tonight, we've got clouds back in the area, a couple flurries outside, temperatures down to 12 degrees, humidity at 86%, wind gust today 17 miles per hour. Tonight in Jackson, still some stars out, hence the temperature a little bit colder. 8 degrees feels like 0, southwest winds at 5. Tonight in Hillsdale, the temperature, that's down to 9 degrees. Winds are calm, but a wind gust earlier today was up to 22 miles per hour. Some other locations, single digits and teens. Factor in the wind, though. It feels like it's 6 degrees below 0 at the airport in Lansing, 0 in Mason, 2 above in Charlotte. It is a cold night out there. For tonight, low temperature, 13 degrees on average. I mean, we're in the single digits now, but we'll probably rise a few degrees tonight. Flurries, at least a chance of flurries will continue, and maybe a flurry or two tomorrow. Temperatures near 22, but with winds 10 to 15, it's going to feel like it's in the single digits and teens all day. The 6-day forecast, Thursday morning snow showers, those should clear in the afternoon. Friday looks warm, highs near 34 warm. Never thought I'd say that. 29 though on Saturday, teens for Sunday, single-digit highs on Monday, low temperatures below 0 Tuesday morning. A slow, very slow warming trend next week with mid-20s by next weekend, and just periodic lake effect snow events. So I don't see a major storm system here. The next major winter storm that will probably occur somewhere in the deep south, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, North and South Carolina, again, where they could see big snow and an ice storm next week.
Oh my, the ice storm. Oh.
Yeah, that's the worst. But you know, I grew up in North Carolina, and that's what we typically got. There were big ice storms. It wasn't a big snow state, so they're kind of used to it, but that is bad news.
All right, David, thanks much.
Well, still to come tonight, the Department of Justice released its report on Donald Trump and his efforts to overturn the 2020 election. We'll tell you what it says next.
Keep it right here. That and much more straight ahead on 6 News at 11.